Hey guys, MoneyMan300 back for some more videos here, and I'm going to kick it off with some more Forza 5 videos. And the first one I want to do is another top 1000 challenge. Those are pretty fun. You get some pretty interesting cars and tunes out of that. And for those of you that haven't watched the ones in the past, what that is I'm going to take a random car on a random track and then try to build and tune it into the top 1000. Doesn't really sound like it's that hard. Oh, top 1000, not that big a deal. And actually top 1000 can be fairly quick. Depending on your skill and driver abilities, but it depends on the car and the track you get. So I think out of the two I've done so far, I passed with the one and did not pass with I think the second one. I ended up with like the Ford van on a small track, so it was almost impossible, but we did fail on that one. I'll give it about 5 laps. So what I do is we'll get the random car on the random track, and I'll go through and we'll do that live, and then I'll go through and live tune and get a quick test drive in just to make sure I got it, at least dialed in a little bit. It may not be perfect, and then we'll take it out and run it about 5 laps. I think I ran it 5 laps the last time on Rivals, and see if we can get it up there in the top 1000. So first thing is we're gonna need a want to get a track first or a car first? Let's go get the track first, because then I can come back and get the car and tune it all at the same time. So we're gonna go into Rivals and just pick. This is how to show all the tracks. It doesn't really matter what class I pick. So, and what I do is, you guys can't see this, but I'm actually totally closing my eyes. Now I could cheat. If I wanted Alps, I could go, like all the way to the left. But what I do is just hit it a whole bunch, one way or the other, and then bang. So we got, is that Indy GP? I'm not going to do Indy GP because I already did Indy GP. How the heck do I end up with the same track like twice? I need a better way to randomize. If you guys got an idea, I put all these names in a hat. I don't really want to do that, but I need a better way to like randomize these tracks, because I have no idea, where I'm at with them. What did I get there? A test track. Oh. All right. Guys suck at this track. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. Man, I hope I get a relatively small car here. So test track it is. Let's since we don't know what class we're going to be doing yet, I'm actually going to have to come back to that and check that. But so let's go over and do our car then. So that'll be interesting. Let's get in here. Go here. Let's get into our car. What I'll do is I'll go buy car, and then what I want to do is filter this on anything that is not owned already. Stuff I don't already own. So it's a brand new. So for me, it's a brand new car, and as I'm talking, I'll flip through all these. But there's a lot of cars as I go. There's a lot of cars I don't own. I'm surprised there's that many, but we'll flip through here and then we'll pick one. Oh my God, there's no way I'm gonna put this thing in the top 1000. The Nova SS 390. I already have it. Did I really do? Let's go back. I have a Nova already. SS 396. Was this a new one? Maybe was this one of the DLC cars, maybe? Or did I not? Oh, I didn't filter it right. All right, let's filter it again. Did that? That's because it didn't filter. I was gonna say I already have the Nova. All right, I got bailed out there. I was gonna say it seemed like that I was clicking through a lot of cars that I did not already have. So this looks a little better as I go through it all. Still quite a few, as I go from end to end, and we pick one. Oh man, we got a, look at that, Mitsubishi Eclipse. There's a Race Boy design there. Who else do we have? Some of our other people that I thought. Let's see. I'm gonna do a search real quick. Keyword creator, and let's see if Filthy has anything for this one. Those you don't know, Filthy Piehole, one of my favorite designers of cars out there. So Filthy Piehole, done, search, and he didn't have anything. Okay, yeah, where I typed it in wrong, but anyway, there's Race Boy's design. We could give Race Boy some love on that. We can look through, see who else has some stuff out here. I don't like that. No. Kind of like just that white like that's kind of cool, but it's going to depend on the wheels. On something like that. That's kind of cool too. It's just kind of plain. You know what? We'll just take let's take Race Boys here. And let's go ahead and buy that. So let's buy that and let's take a look. Now we got to figure out what class we want to run this up into. So we'll see what we got here. Come on.
This is your 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX.
95 Eclipse. I wonder if I want to make this rear-wheel drive or keep it all-wheel, or how much I'm going to be able to do to get this thing in the top 1,000. Let's take a look. I didn't look at. Let's go in here. What was my class on this? So it's D379. I wonder. So I like to always take them up maybe one class. It starts pretty high in D, so I think what we'll do is take this to up to the top of C. So we'll make this a C class car. I could even make it B maybe. Let's go look at our times and see what we got over here in rivals. So let's head over here to C and let's get all the way over to the test track. Actually, I just wanted to look at the times. Let's see what kind of times we have here. It is an all-wheel drive car, and there's lots of WRXs in here, but let's not mistake the Mitsubishi for a WRX. WRX, especially in this class, are pretty dominant, pretty tough to beat. But there's a lot of cars up in here. Look, you even got, what did I see there? You got the Nova, an Impala. So there's some cars in here. I mean, there's things you can do with this stuff. I like Class C because it's pretty balanced. And Class B is as well. So those are both nice classes to work in my opinion. And where's our 1,000? So this is our guy. Oh, he's got an Evo in there. Evo 8, and this car is not an Evo 8 either by any means. So 107. I already got a time in there with the WRX at 481st. That I think that time used to be top 100 at one point, but it's kind of fallen off since then. But I do have a WRX up there already, so I'm gonna have to make sure I note down this time 107.930 because it's not gonna show up on the leaderboard. 107.930 right there. Let me take a look at real quick Class B. Let's see what, so 107.930. 107.930. All right, I think I can remember that. Let's see what Class B is for this. Look at that. WRX05. Imagine that. Pretty good car. I should probably go revisit a couple of my tunes on some of those, especially the WRXs if you guys want some competitive leaderboard type cars. I know not everybody likes the leaderboard cars, but sometimes it's fun to go out there and run some cars that'll get you some stuff on. This one I got 106.118. So 107.930. I don't know that it really makes that much of a difference, to be honest with you. So I think what we'll do is just let's do this in Class C. Let me go look at the numbers on it. Speed is not going to be the thing that you want on this track, so speed numbers aren't really what I'm going for, but some nice handling. You want a car that's going to be able to turn and handle and accelerate, really. It's a track that's really good for acceleration type stuff. So, all right, so 107.930. I think Class C is probably where we want to be on this. So let's get in here and start going to work on this thing. So first of all, let's take a look and see. Let me see what it looked like to start with. I'm gonna have to pick something here to see it. All right, 5.9 is pretty fast for a D-class car. 5.9's a pretty good speed to start with. Handling, good acceleration because you got all-wheel drive. So this might be okay. Might be able to work with it. I think one of the main things I'm gonna have to do is get the weight out of the car. I think I want to make this thing as light as possible so that we get the most out of the acceleration that we can get. I think that's going to be the key part in this. If you're making a speed car, something that has a long straightaway as a speed track, it's okay to have that weight in there. It's not as big a deal. In a track like this one or some of the smaller tracks, you need to cut down your braking distance and you need to make sure that you can accelerate well. So I think that's something we're going to want. All right, let's start off with where we normally do, and let's look at our engine conversion stuff. And I may save this to last this time. So. I don't think I want to change my drivetrain, and I'm probably not going to be doing any engine swaps. I don't think I want to go to rear-wheel drive. One of the things I want to look at is my weight. So yeah, it adds too much weight to go to rear wheel, and I don't want that. So we're certainly, and for acceleration purposes, we want to keep this all-wheel drive. Just makes it a little more difficult to tune and to turn, but it's really not that big a deal. So we're going to leave the engine stuff the same. We're going to go ahead and put on our wing here, which also is going to add just a touch of weight, but it's also going to bring our PI down that we can use in other places. So we'll do that first. And oh, I didn't do the bumper. So get my Forza bumper in there. Also going to add a touch of weight in there. Do some handling. I don't know, it doesn't really do much, does it? Doesn't do anything for my PI. Doesn't matter. We always do that. I don't think the side skirts and anything. They do nothing but add weight, so they're not lighter. They're just looks only. Sometimes the hood will take, so that takes a little bit of weight off. Doesn't do anything with my PI. It's really not much. We're gonna go ahead and put it on there. If we have to at the end, we'll come back and revisit that. Sometimes that 6 pounds can make a difference. I want to look at the rear bumper, also adding a little bit of weight in there. So we're just gonna leave the stock in there for now. How much weight did it add though? Because it's kind of cool. Oh, it's 3 pounds. Let's find a cooler looking one at least. What do you guys think? That one? This one? I kind of like this one here. We're gonna go with that one. So you always, you know, the view I drive in, I'm always looking at the car. So at least I want it to look halfway cool in the back. Now let's go over to our platform and handling, and let's get all our handling parts on here. Let's get our brakes. So we're gonna put all of this on, including hopefully the full weight reduction in this one. One thing we'll probably skip is the roll cage because that generally adds weight. And in this class, stability and things like that you get with the roll cage really aren't necessary in C class, so I advise against it. The rest of these pieces on here. So if you look at the roll cage and we look at our weight, it goes all the way up to 30. I mean, it's a couple hundred pounds, put that roll cage on there, and it really just changes your weight distribution just a little bit. It's not doing enough to make it worth doing anything there. So this though, yeah, we're gonna make this thing lighter. 562 pounds gets us down to 2,600. It's gonna be much better. That's really gonna help us get the car to accelerate nicely. So, all right, next stop. Let's get over into our drivetrain. We don't ever do anything with the clutch in this game. It's just flat out not worth it unless you use an auto. Auto it can make a difference on, but I use manual with the clutch, and that does nothing for you. So, in some cases, the transmission can die. Unbelievable, my headset batteries just died. Alright, a little housekeeping item there, get that headset fixed up. Alright, take a look at our transmission. Maybe you want transmission sometimes. We're going to start without it. Just because I don't generally, not seeing it a little lighter, and we'll see how the gears work with the stock though. We'll come back later and add it if we really need to. Oh, I didn't look at one thing I forgot to look at. And it actually adds a fair amount of PI. So we'll leave the stock transmission. No reason to do that. I'm gonna leave the drive line for now. We can come back and do that later, and definitely gonna put the two-way adjustable differential on. Absolutely want that. So, all right. Let's see here. So we're up to 423. Let's take a look at the tires. Probably can do this with stock compound. But I don't know. I could go all the way up to race. Again, I don't need a ton of speed here. What I need is acceleration. This is going to help more with turning than anything else. Not as much with acceleration. So 423, 4. I mean, it's a lot just to get to here. It does get me pretty good handling and up over 5, although I don't typically look at the numbers themselves. What it's going to help with is in braking also. It should pull my brake distance down, and that can be a big deal. Right here, you know, you can put the drags on and not be able to handle it all and be able to stop really fast. I usually try this in a couple different ways. Since this is a handling track, we're going to go full handling. We're going to put the race on. I think this is way overkill for this car, but let's see what it's like. And that's one of the things. I usually try a couple of different builds, and this will be one of them, right? We're not going to have much speed at all. I'm going to go full width on the tires front and back. I like to do that, and we're going to put some light wheels on. So 29, So just over 29. These gold ones will be. So 30 is our number. Just find something we kind of like in that 29, 30 range. 22. Here's 29. 19. There's some 30. So we're gonna go with these 30. These are about the lightest wheels you're gonna get. So we'll go with that. We're at 480. So now we'll add some performance parts to get us up to some engine parts to get us up to 500. So first thing I want to check is the exhaust. I don't think. Let me check. So it has a turbo. So I like to always upgrade turbo if possible. It's probably not going to be possible at all, and it's not. So next stop. Let's try 2 upgrades on that. And the reason I like to do the exhaust is to get the weight benefit out of it also. So we're going to go ahead and go with the exhaust on that. And then we're going to come back here and just see. So that gives 3 horsepower and 500. Let's see what this does. This gets us 5 and 501. See if there's something that gives 4 horsepower and see what that number is. 4 horsepower and 500. There it is. Okay, so that's a sweet spot. So we'll go up there. So our final number, 225 horse, 229 foot-pounds of torque, 2572 on the weight, 56 of that to the front. So, yeah, not bad. You know, we'll see. Let's go in and tune it real quick. Just gonna do the you know, Kentucky windage tune on this thing. Not gonna use any calculations or anything. It's on that. We're just gonna I'm gonna go even on the front and the back here. I can't adjust my gearing. We're gonna jack this all the way up here. We'll go 3.5 and like 3.1 maybe. I'm gonna leave the toe and that caster angle alone for now. Use that for a more of a fine-tune adjustment. I'm gonna soften these up in the front and a little bit in the rear. Actually, I'm going to take it a little lower in the front just because I know I'm going to have a hard time turning. So we're going to take both of these down a fair amount. And I'm going to take this one down even further. I'm going to take this one down in there somewhere. And actually, I might bump this one up a little bit. So this thing's going to understeer. So what I'm doing is trying to oversteer tune this a little bit, meaning to make the front softer than the rear. And I'm just, like I said, kind of Kentucky windage in this thing. I just feel like it's going to be an understeer monster. I'm probably going to have to play with that a little bit more. I am going to, again, soften that front. I think the rear is pretty good. I'm going to go a little softer with that, but definitely going to soften up this front so we can turn it. I'm going to leave the ride height alone for now. And we're going to, one thing we will do here is bump this stuff up. Go 10.5 and about 9.5 here. And we're going to drop this down about 1.5 and 2.0 or so. 2.0, 1.9. Let's try that. I'm going to take all the aero out of it. Don't think I'm going to need it, especially where the tires are right now. Brake balance, we're going to go 53. See how that works. And I'm going to get my pressure up to about 130. Just kind of a feel thing there. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. It's been a while since I tuned. What do I want to do with this? One thing I know I want to do is, if you do nothing else, I want to put a bunch more to the rear. That also helps with the oversteer and understeer. I'm going to go ahead and leave. This is my rear accel and deceleration. Okay, I'm actually going to leave that for now. We'll come back and tune that in just a minute. So, all right. So we're at C500. Let's go ahead and take this on the track and see what we get. So we'll save our setup real quick. We'll go over to test track. And we'll run this one. It's a little track. So we'll see what we got. See if I can get this thing in the neighborhood. 107,930 is where we were. So pretty quick tune we threw on there. Sure, we're gonna have to make some adjustments. Let's get this going out here. If I remember right, I suck at driving this track too. All the lines you gotta take. There's a turning feel. Cut it inside here. I want the outside one. I'm gonna hit the wall. It's alright. You don't get a turning for right in. So I use that light pull as my judge, and I got to brake a little before that, obviously. Now, when the tires get warm, it'll help too. I'd like to see a little more turn out of this. Especially with these race tires, there really isn't any reason I shouldn't have little sharper turning abilities here. Ooh, missed that shift a little bit there. We can run it outside, it's not that big a deal. Big thing is hitting this turn without hitting the wall this time. So we can maintain our speed all the way through everything. Ooh, I'm gonna hit that wall though. Dang it. A little better turn there. Might have lost a little speed coming off. These gears aren't perfect, but I still don't think it's worth trading up on some of this stuff. I gotta hit that. I totally missed that one. Like, the difference between second and third is not very good, and that's honestly what it just does not turn very well. That's honestly what I spend most of my time in out there. See how close we are, even on a bad lap. This will start to give me an idea, and then I'll run one more. I might run one more lap and make some adjustments here. Oh, I'm at 106.8. Oh, seriously? Did I read that right? If I can get to the middle, and this would be better. Oh, keep it in there. Don't hit anything. See, the problem with this is I'm going to hit this wall. I got to make sure I go around that outside of that one. I'm going to nail this challenge. I'm pretty sure. If I could drive a clean lap. I'm going to make a couple adjustments just to make it better, though. And I forgot to brake again there. Do this real quick here. Let me get one, make a couple of adjustments, and then I'm going to make a build change. I suck at that turn, by the way. Need to take a little better line into that. It's been a while since I've driven. It's been a while since I played Forza 5, so a couple of laps here to kind of get those thumbs warmed up and off of shooter stuff. So okay, let's do this. Starting another lap here. Let's tune this up just a little bit. I'd like to be able to turn a little better. I'm going to drop these roll bars significantly. Go right in there somewhere. I'm going to lower my front springs just a little bit more. And I'm going to... I need better turn in, so let me look here. So I need, yeah, so I want to decrease this a little bit more. I need some more of that. So I'm going to decrease that, I'm going to decrease that, just to get a little bit more turn-in ability. I'm going to take that down to 8.5, 1.1. Brakes, so I'm going to flip this. See, brakes feel a little odd. I'm going to apply. I need the brakes to help me turn in on a couple of those turns. So let's see what this does. There we go. Turn-in response already feels a little better. I'm going to stay high on this one. Just makes this next turn a little easier. I'm just going to run it all the way around the outside here. Like, definitely getting a little bit more oversteer. I can feel it, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather have a little bit oversteer than understeer. I did just butchering that turn, though. Still a little... That's just the way this car's going to be, though. I just have to drive it. Make sure I drive it carefully. We'll do this, and then one more lap. See how that thing just dives out around that turn? I could come in a little higher and cut that turn way better than I have been. We'll get one more lap on this one. Still running. I mean, That was 108 in the last lap. Cut inside of these and then catch just inside of that pole right there. Might let off just a little there just to make sure I make that. Not great. Serviceable. I don't even know what I did to dirty this lap. Maybe it's from the last lap. Trying to cut this corner up a little bit more. A little better, but still not great. I just see where I'm dirtying this too. If I'm going out somewhere that I don't know about. Alright, still in the 106s. I think this is going to be faster if I take the inside lane. Right there! I don't know if that was better timing-wise or not. I'm not really sure what I'm doing to dirty that, but I was looking at my time up there. Alright, so I think tuning-wise, that's pretty good there. So I'm going to quit. Okay, what I'm going to do is save this one, and then I want to try one more build, and then we're going to go run the rivals here. I want to try to drop the tires just a little bit and see what that does for my handling. It'll probably be a bit much, but let's continue here. Let's get out of here. Let's get back in there. What I want to do is drop the tires down and add some horsepower to see if I can get a little bit better. Although, you know, as I look at this, really acceleration's not the deal on this. This is more... there's no real stopping here to need acceleration, so it's really more about momentum. And what I call momentum cars. This may be similar to Alps, you know, where you're not a lot of sharp turns, and you want to maintain momentum through all of your turns and carry good speed in and out of your turns. So there's not a lot of stopping and starting on this track. So I'm gonna go back. Change. Let's go into Setup Manager real quick. Let's save this thing. Go. I don't really care what I call it right now. Not that concerned with it, and I don't want to share it out or anything at this point. I'll share, you know, the final version of one of them. I could share both versions. So this is kind of my handling version. We'll cancel out of that, and then let's go over here, and I want to see what the difference would be with the tires. So I don't know if we're going fast enough to really. Let's say we go one up in the tires. All right, so let's buy that. So it's going to bring it down a little bit, and then we're going to come over here, and let's you know, we're going to give some more horsepower here and see if we can't make ourselves just a little bit quicker. Actually, let's do this. Let's see what the turbo. Usually, you get the pretty big bang for your buck in a turbo. It just depends on, like in this case, you're adding weight with it, so I wouldn't use that. The centrifugal supercharger is much better, in my opinion, in this game. The bang you get for your buck. So we're just gonna do some of the normal, more usual suspects here. That transmission could help, because that is bad. I mean, that gearing between third and fourth gear was I did not like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, for 5 PI, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the transmission. I just did not like the way that felt at all. So we got this. We get all the way to like 496 here. And now we got 501. Of course we do. I could fix that though. We can fix 501. Doesn't have to be exact. We can just go grab some different wheels here. Not a big deal. So we'll grab wheels. Grab something slightly heavier. It's ugly though. 11. 500. That's 4. We can do better. 500, 11. Okay, we'll go with those. We go. Bounce that back out, and let's go try this again. I'm not going to change any of the tuning settings, although I may need to look at my tire pressure. I think when you change your tires out, it resets that, but we'll fix that in a second here. So let me get test track up. Let's do that. Alright, let me look at, first off, let's look at the tire pressure. So yeah, so reset our tire pressure. I just want to drop that back down real quick. Nothing big. There we go. And then I'm going to see how the transmission works with this. And it could be just having more power. I can feel, there's a little... There didn't dirty that. It's definitely faster. So let up just a touch there. Give the car a chance. Whoa, hey! Save it there. It's alright. Get these tires warmed up in this first lap. But still, that difference in between these two is pretty high. Alright, get this lap going here. I'm just not very good at this track. I just haven't driven this track all that much, so I'm not super good at it, as you might notice here. Sliding way out. Oh my, yeah, that's definitely different with the tires here. I'm not gonna lie. You just feel, just get a little bit more skid in them. Take a little more skill. Just give me a couple laps to get used to that. A couple of these turns on these different tires here. Be nice if I'd actually hit that turn once. Yeah, it doesn't turn as well. There's no doubt about that. But I think that's okay because there aren't any, as hard as I make it look, there really aren't any super hard turns here. So I think that's okay. You just gotta, it just makes it a little tougher on some of those longer sweeping turns. Alright, let's get a good lap in here and let's see where we are relative. I mean, I'm still right in that same... Just gonna let off just a touch there, just to... So I guess you can't go outside on this. Alright, that's good to know. So you gotta keep it inside on that first one. It does make this a lot easier when you can do that. It's still... Ooh. Yeah, I gotta get one more lap. This is definitely harder to drive. So the other one's gonna be easier to beat it with. This one will probably be easier to set a better time with. But also gonna be harder to, run the clean laps that you'd like to. Just doesn't turn. I mean, I was barely on the gas there. Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. The problem with this car is, yeah, it might be a little faster this way, but I don't know what it's going to do. Be a little tough on some other tracks just because of the overall turning ability of this thing. Yeah, maybe stay inside those lights right there. I don't know. I think I know this track a little better, but I just don't. A little better there. I'm off the gas just a little there, just a little late on the brakes again on that one. Whoa, where did I dirty the lap at? I gotta look at that again to see. Can I? You're not supposed to go out. Did I go outside a spot again? I gotta figure out where to actually drive this thing to, you know, to actually be able to do this. So, one more lap here. It's faster. So I'm okay there so far. Oh, I'm definitely going to dirty it there, so that's not going to help me. I wonder where else. I think that... I don't know where else. So I think it's good. I think I can drive this. I think I can get this one in there. This thing turn in here and then get back on it. Cut that, make that thing as short as possible. All right, I think I'm going to take this out and go ahead and give it a spin in Rivals. This is pretty drivable. Let's get my brake points right, get everything else going. Been a little bit of a train wreck here in this, but that's okay. So we'll stop it here, and then let's get over into Rivals. Let's give this thing a run. See if we can't go ahead and beat this challenge. I think there's some more I could do on this car, right? This is one of those that, especially for this track, that I could kind of fine-tune and build and tune some more. Sometimes these handling cars, I mean, there's different things I could do with tires. I could go up another notch in tire. There's probably a sweet spot in there that's going to give me another, you know, half a second to even a second, you know, when driven correctly and having the right build on there. But let's hop over into Rivals and let's see if we can't knock this thing out here. Go over here. Oh, where am I going here? Rivals is what I want. Go to Rivals and see test. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put our rival on here. It'd be nice if I just could beat my time before too. I don't think there's a lot of these on the leaderboard, so you know I didn't see a lot of them. See some Evos, but no Eclipses that I can see up there. So you know, we'll be one of the few Eclipses up there if I can beat my other time. Let's go here on a 7.930. Let's set that bad boy as my rival, and let's go run this thing. Hopefully get it in a couple of laps. I think for me, it's just going to be keeping it clean. I mean, it's definitely beatable, and it's a challenge we can pass here. Come on. Oh, the other thing, I didn't make sure. I didn't even look, but I'm pretty sure all my assists, okay. The only thing I have is the brake line on. Should make sure the assists on this one will more than likely slow you down, so you don't want to run assists in this class at all. There's some times when traction control can help you to go faster, but not in this case. Running that WRX out there. I'd like to say I'd learn from his line, but I don't think you can learn anything from a guy that's in the thousands online. So what I want to watch for is dirtying laps and where I might be doing that at in a couple of cases out here. God, that turn is so hard. Looks like he went the other way. Definitely slower going the other way, that I know. Just a little break there just to help. Don't do it. Whew. It's going to hurt my next lap because I had to let off a little bit just to not hit that wall and what would most likely dirty my next lap. Be interesting if where we are speed-wise with this guy. A little faster than I am. Not a ton, but... Stay in there, stay in there. Alright, haven't good so far. Ah! Hit it. God dang it. Thought I was going to get through there with no problem at all. Definitely ahead of him. I don't know how far, but I don't even see him in the picture yet. Little trail braking in that turn, just a touch. It would have been a pretty good lap. Put us well inside that top 1,000. Except I hit the wall. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, I got him beat. Pretty good. He's definitely faster than I am. Where do we go there? Well, let's keep this up this time. Don't do it! The son of a... God. Then I hit that one. I was kind of coming in. I just wasn't set up quite right for that turn. And I was trying to hold it. I need to find a spot to get on the gas better coming out of that turn, because that cost me a lot of time coming out of that one every time. I feel like I could make this car faster by even dropping the tires, just going to stock tires, because I don't know that I really need anything else in this thing. Are you serious? Blew that one up. Alright, we'll go at least one more lap. What did I say, 5 laps? We're going to go to the final lap here. I may take it an extra one if I don't beat, because this is one I should be able to beat. Except, you just keep... I don't know why I'm so bad at that turn. It's really not that hard. I mean, the car pushes, just because, you know, you're going fairly quick. Yeah, the reason I'm beating the guy in thousands, because he doesn't take the... He didn't take the appropriate shortcut through this. Still a bad angle through that turn. I would like to keep that turn a lot tighter all the way through, so I could get much better speed down this straightaway. That's probably a half a second difference just on that turn alone. I don't know, that might be a little too far out. Nope. I don't know. Yep. Gah! This track is frustrating, by the way. I wonder I don't drive this track. Well, we'll go another lap. We'll call it 6. Just because I know that I'm so much faster than that. Bad turn. Better. Should set me up much better for the straightaway. Alright, let's get this one. It's a shorter track. We'll run a couple extra laps here. See if we can't knock this out. Maybe even stay clean for a change. Too far again. Terrible. Terrible turn. Let me stay close to that pole there to get any kind of decent angle into this. And then here, get a good angle back into this one. Yeah, I'm way behind. And then I blew that turn. And I'm gonna hit the wall. Gah! This is maddening. Because it doesn't feel like it's that hard to drive, but the car it's not a turning beast by any means. I'm gonna hit the wall coming out of that. Ah, this thing does not turn. Yeah, it definitely needs some more on that. Being on the gas and turning at the same time is just a complete no-go with this thing. And I start the lap. Get a better turn there. I'm gonna get this thing. A little better there. Gah. Alright, come on. Keep it clean here. That was actually a clean lap all the way through, except I started the lap dirty. Yeah. And I got down to the one I beat my own time that time. There it goes. Pushed way out. Done. Oh, I kept it somehow. Better. Alright, let's just keep this thing clean. Let's finish this out. We'll be done here. Oh, I was gonna hit the freaking wall. Gah! I mean, I'm gonna beat it, but man, I bet I lost 3/4 of a second right there. That is frustrating. God, I would have beat my own time. I gotta beat my own time. One more, see if I can beat my time now. Yeah, I don't know if I'm on target or not here. If I can hit the last turn just even. I have no idea if that was better or not. Oh, it doesn't put the target on there. Come on, beat it. Oh man. Not really. Alright, we're gonna end it there. I may drive it a couple more times just to do it myself. Just to say that I can actually beat my own time in there. I'm almost positive I can get it down to the 10. I don't know if I can get down to the 105s. I think if I played with this build a little bit more, I could get there. And then just probably ran some more high risk laps where I did not let off in some places where I'm trying to be a little bit more careful. Alright, anyway, alright, so we're going to end it with that. it's sort of a pass challenge. You know, I didn't get it in the 5 laps, but I definitely built a car that'll put it up in that top 1,000, probably close to the top 500, with some more tuning, probably a little bit better than that. But overall, it's decent. This car, you know, probably will run okay in the Alps, and you know, any momentum-based tracks. Probably do Road Atlanta okay. Road Atlanta short, probably not the long version, just not going to quite have enough top end for that. But yeah, so it'll be a decent car to run on a couple of those tracks. So we're going to end it with that. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Later.